Hello, my name's Kaori and I'm trying to improve my enunciation, pronunciation, and overall speaking voice by reading from Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray, uncensored version, out loud for 3 minutes. And the last part, Dorian was telling us about all of Sybil Vane's different performances, and Harry asked if she was his mistress, and he got mad. Here we go. How dare you suggest such a thing, Harry? It is horrible. Sybil Vane is sacred. It is only the sacred things that are worth touching, Dorian, said Lord Henry, with a strange touch of pathos in his voice. But why should you be annoyed? I suppose she will be your mistress someday. When one is in love, one always begins by deceiving oneself, and one always ends by deceiving others. That is what the world calls romance. You know her at any rate, I suppose? Of course I know her. On the first night I was at the theater, the horrid old Jew came round to the box after the performance was over, and offered to bring me behind the scenes and introduce me to her. I was furious with him, and told him that Juliet had been dead for hundreds of years, and that her body was lying in a marble tomb in Verona. I think from his blank look of amazement that he thought I had taken too much champagne or something. I am not surprised. I was not surprised either. Then he asked me if I wrote for any of the newspapers. I told him I never even read them. He seemed terribly disappointed at that and confided to me that all the dramatic critics were in a conspiracy against him and that they were all to be bought. I believe he was quite right there. But on the other hand, most of them are not at all expensive. Well, he seemed to think that they were beyond his means. By this time, the lights were being put out in the theater and I had to go. He wanted me to try some cigars, which he strongly recommended. I declined. The next night, of course, I arrived at the theater again. When he saw me, he made a low bow and assured me that I was a patron of art. He was a most offensive brute, though he had an extraordinary passion for Shakespeare. He told me once with an air of pride that his 3 bankruptcies were entirely due to the poet, whom he insisted on calling the bard. He seemed to think it a distinction. It was a distinction, my dear Dorian, a great distinction. But when did you first speak to Miss Sybil Vane? The 3rd night. She had been playing Rosalind. I could not help going round. I had thrown her some flowers, and she had looked at me. At least I fancied that she had. The old Jew was persistent. He seemed determined to bring me behind, so I consented. It was curious my not wanting to know her, wasn't it? No, I don't think so. My dear Harry, why? I will tell you some other time. Now I want to know about the girl. Sybil? Oh, she was so shy and so gentle. There was something of a child about her. Her eyes opened wide in exquisite wonder when I told her what I thought of her performance, and she seemed quite unconscious of her power. I think we were both rather nervous. The old Jew stood grinning, and that's part 27. Come back tomorrow for part 28.